We're proud to make Pioneer Sugar for you and your family. Proud to be found in your kitchen, the heart of your home. And it doesn't really matter what you make with Pioneer Sugar, whether it's with our granulated white, light brown, or soft confectioners. It's the memories you'll make using it that will matter the most. Pioneer Sugar, pure and all natural, made from sugar beets grown right here. What could be sweeter than that?
Oh, according to research, 82% of people remember radio ads. That means that 82% of you listening right now will remember that this is an ad for ZipRecruiter. If you're hiring, 82% of you will recall that ZipRecruiter makes hiring faster and easier. And 82% of you will note that you can try ZipRecruiter for free today. But you have to go to ZipRecruiter.com/radio, like where this ad plays. 82% of you will keep in mind that ZipRecruiter's technology finds qualified people for your job and actively invites them to apply.
Scott, is that you? Who are you talking to?
82% of you will also know that I live with my mom. But the most important thing to note is that ZipRecruiter works. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Will you be part of the 82% who remember where you can try ZipRecruiter for free? It's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. Again, that exclusive link is ZipRecruiter.com/radio. Yes, radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
Research shows people remember radio ads that remind them of the past. So to help you remember that Liberty Mutual Insurance Company customizes your home insurance so you only pay for what you need, here's an ad that'll really take you back.
Back in my day, I heard a voice from the radio say, Liberty Mutual customizes my home insurance so I only pay for what I need. I'm getting on in years now, but heavens to Betsy, there are some things an old fella like me just never forgets.
Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com.
Liberty, 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 liberty. Guys, stop putting your love life on hold. U.S. Pharmacy has some exciting news. If you've been wanting to try Viagra or Cialis, now's the perfect time. Call today and receive 90 little blue or little yellow pills for only $119 with free shipping. Why order some low-dose sildenafil from one of those subscription services when we can give you what you want now? Call 800-990-6271 and we'll rush your order discreetly packaged to your door. Been thinking about trying Viagra or Cialis? Call U.S. Pharmacy at 800-990-6271 for as little as only $119 for 90 pills. Need your package in a hurry? Call 800-990-6271 and ask about our express shipping option, and we'll rush your order to you as soon as possible. Save money on the little blue or yellow pill you've been wanting to try. Again, 800-990-6271 now. That's 800-990-6271.
Now, the only locally produced farm radio show with agricultural news, information, interviews, in-depth weather, and more. It's Terry Henne and his Farm Show on 100.5 and 790 News Radio WSGW and online WSGW.com.
Well, mostly cloudy and damp. Good morning to you. I hope your day's going well for you, wherever you might be. Plenty of clouds out there. Not a whole lot of precipitation as of right now. Probably some drizzle in some spots. It's damp. And as we go through the remainder of the day today, we are going to come under the influence of some scattered shower activity, strips, bands of precipitation. So it's not going to be a great big blob out there on the radar. Just strips zipping from the southwest to the northeast. So hopefully in your neighborhood, you don't pick up a whole lot of precipitation out of this as of right now, because there is more on the horizon, and we'll talk about that in just a moment. Currently 78 degrees at the airport, 78 at Radio Center. Downtown Midland is at 77. Downtown Bay City is currently at 78. Barometer is falling off right now at 30.05. It does appear as though as we go through the remainder of the day that we are going to see some temperatures a whole lot cooler than what we're seeing right now. It does appear as though we have been looking at some rather mild temperatures for this time of the year. We should be a little bit on the cooler side, but as we go through the afternoon, that temperature is going to continue to drop. 72 is what's average for this time of the year. Our early morning temperatures were a whole lot warmer. The readings that I just gave you are dated. It is not 78. I just have a new sheet delivered here, and I am looking right now at 71 degrees, which is going to be our high temperature for the day. So we stand corrected. It's currently 71 degrees here at Radio Center, 70 at MBS International Airport, Bay City and Midland, I'm assuming are pretty close to where we're at right now. Barometer, that was kind of the giveaway when I gave you 30.05 and falling. That barometer has been down in the 29.9 area, and it is continuing to drop. Not so fast as of right now, but over the next 24 hours, that barometer is really going to drop because the low pressure system that's going to be generating all the precipitation, it's not the one that's attached to the cold front. The cold front, that low pressure system is well up in Canada, actually northeast of the Upper Peninsula. The one that we are watching is a low pressure system that's moving up this front. And as it approaches the Great Lakes, it is going to slow down as far as its movement is concerned. Now, what we're looking at late tonight and early tomorrow morning, that low pressure system that we're concerned about is going to be moving into the northeastern sections of Ohio. It is going to be drifting ever so slowly to the east and wind up late tomorrow night and early Thursday over extreme western sections of New York State. And with that counterclockwise circulation, it is going to be eventually pulling moisture down from Canada and northern Michigan down over the eastern third of the lower peninsula, and it will be spreading back west. So we're going to see a little bit more in the way of precipitation in areas to the west of the immediate Great Lakes Bay region as we move through the day, Wednesday night, and early Thursday morning. The difference with this particular system versus some systems we've seen in the past where the low really slows down and actually stops over the state is there is a little bit of movement with this low, and it's moving to the northeast. It's not moving from west to east, and that is going to mean a big difference for us. Maybe just possibly a better scenario than what it could be any other way. A lot of folks, of course, taking a look at this and taking a look at some of the forecasts that we're seeing as far as amounts of precipitation. In almost all cases, those amounts appear to be pretty much the worst case scenario. And that is if everything plays out the way it should, according to the computers. My guess is we're probably going to be still quite a bit of precipitation. More than likely, by the time it's all said and done in the immediate Great Lakes Bay region, we're not going to see quite as much rain as what we will see over in Michigan's Thumb. Now, Michigan's Thumb, they will be pushing 4 inches by the time everything is all said and done into the late afternoon and the evening hours on Thursday. It's not going to be one of these torrential downpours that lasts for the afternoon or the evening and overnight and everything else like that. We are going to see some waves of precipitation go through, and we're actually going to see some quiet periods where it's not going to be raining at all. So hopefully our ground dry enough will manage to handle quite a bit of this precipitation out there. But one thing is for sure, as far as any outdoor activity is concerned, we're going to have a problem the next few days trying to get anything done outside. It is just going to be very, very wet. 56 is going to be our high tomorrow, 53 our high on Thursday. On Friday, we'll move back into that low 70-degree area. The chances of precipitation, not so much decreasing tomorrow as it is as we go into the day on Thursday, especially Thursday afternoon. The probability of precipitation is going to drop off. And Thursday night, especially close to midnight, a lot of this is going to be out of here. There still is going to be a chance of some precipitation during the day on Friday. More than likely, it will be Friday night. and into the early morning hours on Saturday. Saturday's not going to be a washout. Sunday is going to be partly cloudy, and we'll start that warming trend. Now, what's interesting is long-range outlook to take us all the way through the 4th is for our temperatures to become average, if not above normal, as we move into the first few days of the month of October. The precipitation pattern beginning with the 26th and running all the way through the 4th is for below average on the precipitation. Record high in the state, 94, set back in 1908. The record low, 32, set in 1956. Sun will set this evening at 7:35, rise tomorrow morning at 7:24. So, in a nutshell, that's what we're looking at. Quite a bit of precipitation over the next few days, finally gradually tapering off as we go into Thursday evening. And then overnight on Thursday will actually turn into a partly cloudy scenario. More on the weather as we go through the broadcast. Rick Hollister standing by over the Andersons. We'll be talking to him in a moment. But before we do that, we want to remind you the weather forecast brought to you by the folks at Nutrien Ag Solutions.
Nutrien Ag Solutions has the local expertise to recommend the corn, soybean, and other seed products that are the best fit for your field. Plus, unparalleled agronomic support with products and services to unlock yield potential and improve crop performance from planting to harvest. Ask about our financing options to help you get more from every acre and lead the field. Visit your local Nutrien Ag Solutions branch or go to nutrienagsolutions.com.
Say, do you want to unlock the secret to higher yields? If you're applying dry fertilizer, the key to better yield potential is Titan XC. Titan XC is a fertilizer biocatalyst that unlocks and releases the bound-up nutrients in granular fertilizer, promoting better root uptake and plant growth. Drive performance this season and beyond. Release more nutrition. Expect better results with Titan XC. For more information, visit lpi.ag/unlock or contact your Nutrien Ag Solutions crop consultant today. Farmers, if wheat is a part of your rotation this fall, plan to protect your investment. Multi-peril crop insurance provides coverage for all the natural perils and revenue protection. So get protection against quality discounts, such as sprouts, falling numbers, low test weight, toxins. Remember, multi-peril crop insurance can be an integral part of your risk management plans. Now, don't forget, the sales closing date for a wheat policy is September the 30th. So contact Kyle at WikiCrop today in Chesaning. His number is 989-284-9975. We say good morning to Rick Hollister over at the Andersons. Rick, what's going on other than the weather today?
Hi, Terry. We do have an eye on the weather here locally, and actually came across, front Wisconsin and to the eastern Midwest here. Everybody getting a pretty good slug of precipitation, at least in the forecast. So, and not that we're in a big need for it, but maybe we'll get stocked up for next year, right?
Yeah, I guess.
I guess so. Markets are choppy today. Corn's down 5 or 6 at the moment. The best it's been today is down a couple. Soybeans are up a nickel. The best they've been is up 6. Wheat's down 12. So getting some intercrop year spreading today, which we haven't seen a lot of. But there is different drivers for each commodity, and then overall overriding is this concern about the Chinese economy that's been raised last few days. Maybe their largest construction company may default on some loans, some payments, and so all of a sudden the nervousness, not just in our U.S. stock markets, but really all over the world, and commodities being affected as well, because we know China's been that big driver for the last 8 or 9 months on the demand side for our corn and soybean crops that we like to export here for value too. So other than that, early yields are a little highly variable in corn. We're seeing the effect of this tar spot in Illinois and Indiana. Crops that were unprotected suffering some sharp yield reductions in spots. Not huge, but in spots. So Markets continue to monitor that. And then we're slowly bringing back, after Hurricane Ida, we're slowly bringing back New Orleans as an export. They're not back to the export powerhouse that they normally are yet, and there's some of our exporting elevators down there going to need months of reconstruction, conveyor systems, and that kind of equipment that came down. But several of the export terminals are back online and moving forward. So just a real mixed bag for the markets, and it leaves us just kind of choppy sideways. We had a good week last week, and we're giving most of that back this week now.
All right. Rick, you take care. Have a great day, okay?
All right. You too. Have a good day, Terry.
I will. A little bit more as far as what the markets are doing. Doug Klein from Oppenheimer joining us now. The Market Report brought to you by Hudson Inc., formerly Bader & Sons Company, and D&G Equipment, selling and servicing John Deere and Steel equipment. It's harvest season in Michigan. Please respect and look out for the farm equipment on the roads as they travel from field to field. Happy harvest from Hudson. And by Don and Allie Morse in the Birch Run area. If you've been looking for a better nitrogen solution for your corn crop, a nitrogen source that stays put and doesn't leach away, now you can find it. It's called Pivot Bio Proven 40, the tiny nitrogen producing microbes that tightly adhere to your corn's roots and have a big impact on your bottom line. Turn to a better nitrogen, turn to Pivot Bio Proven 40, and turn to your local trusted partner. That's Don and Allie Morse in Birch Run, 989-239-2791 or 989-780-3770. Doug Klein, what is happening?
Well, it looks like natural gas is the big loser, 4.5%. The big gainer is platinum, 4.5%. Grains, wheat's the big loser, almost 2%. Corn's following down about 1%. Soybeans kind of trading flat. So here's your numbers. December corn is 5.15 1/4, down 6.5. The March corn is 5.23 3/4, down 6 cents. November soybeans 12.67 3/4, up 5 1/4. The March soybeans 12.80 3/4, up 4.5. The December wheat is 6.88 1/2, down 12 1/4, and the March wheat is 6.99 1/4, also down 12 1/4. The crude oil up a little bit, 70.07, 34 cents higher. Heating oil is 216.60, up a penny. Gasoline 210.74, that's up or down 3/4 of a penny. Probably should put us around 275, maybe 285 at the pump. So
I wish.
I think I kind of saw that in Carroll, somewhere around 290. So they're not usually first to the finish line, but they're closer this time. Canadian dollar, U.S. dollar gets you $1.2802 at the border. That's down 23 ticks. The yen is at 109.28, down 11 ticks. The euro is at 117.19, down 6 ticks. The dollar's at 93.25. That's down 2 ticks. Gold is at 17.80.30. It's up 18.50 an ounce. Silver's at 22.68, up 47 cents. Platinum's at 942.40. That's up $43.20.
Okay.
Yep, I heard that copper hit a 1-month low too. That's all on that Evergrande in China. They've got an interest payment due on $350 billion worth of U.S. denominated corporate debt. We kind of think that some of the funds in the United States hold their debts. So that's kind of what's given us jitters over here.
Mm-hmm. It would.
Mm-hmm.
Can you imagine the interest on how many billion?
$350 billion that they report.
Jeez. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Send shivers up and down the back of your neck, I'll tell you.
Been there, done that, and not pretty.
No. Doug, take care. Have a good one, all right? Doug Klein over at Oppenheimer. Joining me right now, talk a little bit about harvest activity. Neil French over at ADM this morning. Neil, it looks as though quite a few guys got their dry beans off here over the past few days.
Yes, with the help of your weather forecast, we did a really good run over the weekend and still running today as far as dumping trucks off from yesterday. But the rain, the forecast are kind of waiting to see what happens now.
What are we looking at as far as storage capabilities go at our country elevators? And are they able to handle this crop right now?
Yeah, I believe all in all, everybody's going to tuck it all away. We knew we had a so-so crop, and the yield is coming through with average to just a little bit above. Quality is excellent, so we don't have to worry about drying capability. We can just put it in storage and keep the farmers rolling. We get a little break now, so we can regroup and get a few more beans processed up to make a little extra room for the last part of the harvest. But I think all in all the elevators should be in great shape to get it all under roof.
Boy, it sure sounds like they've got a lot of crop to work with this year.
Yeah, we're pegging here at the Reese area, good 80% harvested. There's some guys more in the thumb, but we started, before Labor Day weekend, and every day we get one or two guys done, and it's working very well. One of the fastest harvests we've had, with the quality is just unbelievable.
And the yields, I have to think, are better than what a lot of us had anticipated, don't you think?
Yes. As we walked fields during the summertime, we always like to get them little bonus pods up on top of the plant. They kind of dried up, so we didn't get them. But as we check yields from growers, we're in that 25, 28 bags. That's really respectable because the value was so much higher. So they're very pleased with the yields and the price.
Neil, you take care. We'll talk to you again.
Thank you very much for everything.
You betcha. Neil French over at ADM.
It's time to think about your pig. You know, the propane tank in your backyard that heats your home? Well, there's no better company to fill your pig than Forward Energy, covering 23 counties. Forward Energy is a family-owned and operated propane supplier that's been fueling area homes, farms, and businesses since 1925. Fill your pig this year. Visit forwardenergy.com to find out about new customer pricing and programs.
Go forward with Forward Energy.
Where has the Pioneer Audio Tour taken me today? I'm in Princeton, Illinois, at a field they call the Soybean Disease Nursery. Researchers here are actually encouraging the growth of diseases, like sudden death syndrome. That's because it's not enough to study a disease as it occurs naturally. There might be some years where conditions aren't right. So in this nursery and about 24 more across the country, Pioneer scientists induce disease. Here, that means making sure the ground is saturated. You can probably hear the irrigation system. Pioneer breeders and agronomists share data from this field to learn what varieties show greater resistance to disease. Because to achieve yield, you have to protect yield. The Disease Nursery in Princeton. Another thing that makes Pioneer, Pioneer. You'll hear more from me later. For now, let your local Pioneer sales representative hear from you.
Along with me, Jerry Samolsky, Bay Landscaping and Garden Center in Essexville. Jerry, getting ready for some wet weather. What do you think?
Yeah, I think it's coming. We only got about maybe a tenth and a half, maybe 2/10 last night until this morning. I left for work. So, not so much now, but boy, when we get her, we're going to end up lawns. We want to get them in as soon as we can. This might push us a little behind on that, but, we'll be okay. Our deep moisture is still low, so hopefully get it slow enough it can soak in.
I think you really bring up a good point, and that is soil moisture. We're still surprisingly statewide very dry, so maybe this might be a blessing with all of this water in the forecast. I think our soils will be able to suck it up pretty good right now. Jerry, you take care.
As long as it doesn't dump so fast, we'll be good, Terry.
You got it. Thanks a lot, Jerry. We'll talk to you again. Jerry Samolsky over at Bay Landscaping. While we're on the subject of the weather, the water is one thing, the temperatures are another. Along with me, Craig Voorhees with the Rummel Agency. And now that these temperatures are going to be dropping down into the high 50s during the day, the low 40s at night, some folks are thinking about heat sources and alternative heat sources. There's a few things folks should be aware of right now. Shouldn't they be, Craig?
Yes, Terry, that's right. Hopefully this is just a temporary cool down. According to your forecast, we're going to warm back up, so we'll take that. But yeah, if you're going to be tempted to turn on that wood stove, maybe the fireplace insert, pellet stove, whatever you got, now would be a great time to have somebody come out and inspect that, clean the chimney, make sure everything's in good working condition. One of the reoccurring themes at the MABA conference over the weekend was planning ahead, and that certainly applies to these types of items as well. The contractors are busy, so even though we hopefully don't need them for a while, call your contractor and get on their list, so when we do need them, they're ready to go and in good working condition.
Because we do have a lot of folks that, quite frankly, haven't had one of these units very many years, so might be a really good idea to check them out right now.
Exactly. We get them installed and we tend to forget about them and just keep using them, and then we realize how long we've had it and go, oh my goodness, that hasn't been touched in 5 years. So now would be a great time to update that and make sure everything's good to go. And hopefully, again, we don't need it for a little while.
And again, be sure to check your sub pumps right now and make sure everything's in working order there too.
Exactly. And if you have a backup one, make sure it's also ready to go, and make sure it's not the primary one, that the primary one hasn't failed and your backup one's doing all the work. We've seen that happen before too.
Yes, we have. Craig Voorhees, you take care. Have a great day, okay?
Thanks, Terry. You too.
You betcha. Are you upset with your current planter performance? Are you considering buying a new planter but blown away from sticker shock? With Precision Planting's V-Set, V-Drive, and Delta Force, we can retrofit your old planter to outperform any new planter on the market. Then access all your data from planting to harvest easily with Field View. Call PC Ag Solutions today and get your parts ordered, installed, and ready to go for the upcoming growing season. 989-868-4444. PC Ag Solutions.
Northeastern Paint, Home Decoration Center. We're more than a custom paint store. We have everything you need. From carpet to lighting, it's all here. With quality and satisfaction guaranteed. Northeastern Paint, Home Decoration Center.
Since 1959, count them, that's 62 years, Northeastern Paint Supply has been serving the Tri-Cities. We have the most knowledgeable staff in the area, offering you the highest quality products in the industry. Benjamin Moore Paints, Hunter Douglas Blinds, Quazell and Kitchener Lighting, Flooring from Flooring America, fireplace doors, gas logs, and custom-made rugs. It's all here under one roof. Northeastern Paint Supply, Saginaw and Bay City.
Northeastern Paint, Home Decoration Center.
Let's find out what's going on in New York right now. Steve Anderson over at Baird joining me. Steve, what are the folks doing to us?
Well, the major indices are higher, with the Dow Jones Industrial Average ahead by 164 points, putting it at 34,132. Volume is 304 million shares. The NASDAQ is ahead by 99, putting it at 14,813. Volume there is 319 million shares. Locally, though, we're mixed. Caterpillar 188.72 down 210. Deere 337.75 down 198. CMS 62.02, that is up 19. Dow 55.55 down 63. DuPont 67.57 down 36. Corteva 41.28 down 21. GM 49.35 down a penny. Trinzio 47.45 up 43. Walmart 143.59 up 85. Home Depot 335.08 up 387. And Huntington Banks is 14.29 down 13. AT&T up 4 cents at 27 and a quarter.
Steve, thank you very much. We appreciate it.
You're very welcome.
Have a good one. Steve Anderson over at Baird and Company. Farm Service has been brought to you today by the folks at the Frankenmuth Credit Union. They do offer lines of credit, equipment loans, financing for purchasing land, credit cards, and more. Find out what Frankenmuth Credit Union can do for you by going to frankenmuthcu.org. And by the folks at Foster Blue Water Oil. They've got that product called Diesel Guard Supreme Plus from ValveTech Petroleum. It's going to make those diesel engines run efficiently without a whole lot of downtime, and that's what you're going to need this fall. Foster Blue Water Oil. For more information, contact your Foster rep or go to fosterbluewateroil.com. And this reminder, the folks at Steiner Tractor Parts, you can get a hold of them if you need to get that old tractor going. 800-234-3280 or go to steinertractor.com. Soil moisture Right now, topsoil moisture across the state, 27%, is rated short to very short. Very interesting. Back at 12:30 with an update. Now we conclude our program with the playing of our national anthem.
From the Stone Specialist Studios, this is WSGW, Saginaw, Bay City, Midland.